Welcome to Nightmare Echoes. Listen, scream, and embrace your horror obsession. In this episode, Margo and I discuss The Strangers Pray at Night. What part does music play in this movie? How is baseball important to the film? And is this truck unstoppable? If you'd like to follow us on any of our social medias, the links are in the description. Next week on the podcast is Saw 3. But until then, a movie that will have you training with your axe-wielding skills. The Strangers Pray at Night. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Nightmare Echoes. I'm your host, Elazar. I'm joined again by Margo. Margo, how's it going?
It's going great.
Cool.
I don't know what's going to say there.
That's okay. Today we're covering The Strangers Pray at Night. It came out in 2018, about a decade after the first one came out. It's an hour and 25 minutes. It's directed by Johannes Roberts, stars Christina Hendricks as Cindy, who many people know her from Mad Men. I knew her from Firefly.
I knew from Firefly. You know, it's so funny. When she came out, I was like, oh, it's Bryce Dallas Howard. And then I'm like, oh, no, it's the other famous, the other famous redhead. Yeah, I know her from Firefly as well. That's where I recognized her from.
We got Martin Henderson as Mike. He was in Smoking Aces, X, and The Ring, the American version.
Ring. Yep.
Bailey Madison is Kinsey. She was in Bridge to Terabithia, The Hardy Boys, and is in Pretty Little Liars Original Sin.
She looked so familiar, and I was like, where do I know this girl from? I'm like, I saw her as a child, and it wasn't Bridge to Terabithia. It was Once Upon a Time. She played like Snow White when she was a child.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's like, I remember this being an annoying child. Where do I know her from?
Lewis Pullman as Luke. He was in Top Gun Maverick and The Bad Times at El Royale. Bad Times at El Royale is pretty darn good. I saw it in theaters just on a whim, and I was like, this is great. It has a budget of $5 million and made $32.1 million in the box office. So it's crazy that it took 5 more years before they rebooted it, I guess. It didn't. No, I mean, if it made...
32. I think you said 3 million. Never mind.
Right. No.
Yeah.
So it made 6 times its budget.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. But it's a different kind of movie than the original.
Yeah.
Yet still the same premise, sort of.
Like
but instead of just... instead of a couple, it's a whole family. Mm-hmm. So the movie opens with the song Kids in America by Kim Wilde before we cut to an empty road and we see the same text as before that says based on true events.
I don't believe it. What true events?
I read
I had a lot of good music drops in
a
this.
lot of good music drops in it. Yeah. They had a special feature called The Music of Strangers Pray at Night, but it barely covered it. And I was like, okay, but I liked it a lot. Yeah. Then we see the strangers in their same truck that they used in the first movie, 1973 Ford F-Series pickup.
To me, this movie was an advertisement for this truck.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It takes a licking and keeps on ticking.
That's truck, like, dang, yeah.
Right.
I mean, boy.
Yeah.
Wait, remember the Italian Job? Everyone's like, oh, you got to get Mini
Cooper?
Yeah, because they're like doing these amazing things. I'm like, this is this movie, but for that old truck.
Yeah, that's funny. So then they go into someone's mobile home. They knock at the door in the middle of the night. There's a woman in hair curlers that comes to the window to see who's there, and she sees the truck. And then she turns around, sees that someone's already in her house, and that somebody goes to lay down next to that woman's husband, and we see the mask of Dollface.
Well, first, before she did that, there was a dog, and I was like, you better not hurt that dog.
I think the dog doesn't get hurt.
I'm going to say the dog is fine through the whole movie, okay? So nobody worry about that dog. So these are psychopath killers, but at least they don't kill dogs. So that's
there you go.
That's good.
That's a positive.
That's a redeemable quality.
Then we get a title card and some really cool Pray at Night theme music that plays. Now it's daytime. We get Mike, who's loading luggage into their family Dodge Grand Caravan. Inside the bedroom is Kinsey, who has all this kind of like creepy art on the wall. You can tell she's kind of like into dark stuff. Although she's holding a teddy bear and she looks really sad. She's also wearing a Ramones t-shirt that she wears for this whole movie.
Yeah, I noticed that too. And I'm like, okay. I don't know. It doesn't quite fit in with her like characterization.
Sure.
I don't know where they're going. I guess she's just like a bad teen.
rebellious teenager. Yeah.
Although the only thing you ever see her do that's rebellious is smoke cigarettes. That's it.
Yeah, they don't. They allude to all these things she did this year for you.
Don't hear anything that's bad. It's that bad. Well, we get to that, but I'm just like, I don't understand. Like, it's kind of a mystery why she's so. I mean, she kind of mouths off to her parents, but like no worse than any other teen might, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Her brother's mouthy too, so I don't know.
Then we see her mother, Cindy, who tells her that they're going to be late. She brings the luggage to Mike. He jokes that he didn't know she owned so much stuff. And then Cindy says that Kinsey doesn't like the idea and they're having to make some tough choices as a family. So we're getting some information here. Eventually we find out they're sending her away to boarding school because she's a troubled teenager.
Yeah.
Then they say that her brother Luke is out playing baseball with his friends. So they have to go by and pick him up, which Mike is like, we're already late and now we got to go get him too.
Yeah, it's just so weird that they're like leaving on vacation or whatever. And he's just like, peace out. I'm going to go play baseball. Oh, no.
Right. Exactly. I mean, he acts like he's never going to see his friends again.
I know. It's just going for the weekend or something, right?
Right. You're just going for the weekend. He's like, we just started a new game. I'm like, we're not going to sit here for 2 hours while you play a new 5 innings of baseball or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is too funny.
Yeah.
So they get in the van on their way. Cindy calls their aunt and uncle, leaves a voicemail with them. So let them know that they're going to be late, but they'll get dinner on their own. So don't worry about that. But they're going to be later than expected. And while we're in the car, we get a kind of like bantering back and forth between sister and brother. I feel like it was kind of genuine, although I think they freak out over the word queef a little too much.
Well, like, this was a classic dad moment because he's like, dad's from the front seat. He's like, what is queef?
Yeah.
First off, I was like, I've never heard that used as like an insult. Have you?
Right. So, no, it's
like that's a weird thing to say, but that's completely something my dad would do. Like we'd be watching something and he'd pick out the like most inappropriate thing to be like, what is that? And I'd be like, I'm always like either I don't know, or I'm just like, please just look it up yourself. I'm not going to explain this to you.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. Luke tries to lower his ball cap to sleep, and Kinsey knocks him on the head. Yeah, they're just playing back and forth. So we see them drive, and the sun is setting. They stop for dinner. The three are at the table, and Kinsey is outside smoking. Cindy goes outside to talk to her, and she says, you're not even going to pretend that you're not smoking. She asks her to please just dispose of the cigarettes before you make it to the school. And Kinsey's like, oh, no, why? Because I could get kicked out. That'd be so horrible for you, won't it? Mm-hmm. And the mother's trying to tell her that she had some bad decisions as a kid, too, and she would have loved for her parents to give her this much attention to try to make corrective actions and change it. But they're not really seeing eye to eye in this movie.
The only thing that she mentions that she did wrong, again, is she got bad grades and skipped school. I'm like, I mean, yeah, okay, fine. But is that worth sending your kid to a boarding school? Just getting bad grades?
Right. Not if they can't afford it. Because
they like say they can't, right?
Right. Because Luke brings up that they had to cancel cable, which I'm like, it's 2018. Why didn't you cancel cable already?
Yeah. Like, cut the cord with streaming.
Right, exactly.
Why movie watched on HBO Max?
Oh, I got the Blu-ray. Back of the van, they cross a bridge and they see a sign that reads, Gatlin Lake Getaway welcomes you, established in 1975. And they drive through a mobile home park. I was so confused by this because I thought it was a place where people lived in mobile homes, but it's not. It's a vacation spot.
Yeah, I was confused too. It seems to me that it's like they just rent the mobile homes. They're staying at this lake or something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like going to camping grounds because I've rented camping grounds and then toured around the area. Like we did that in St. Louis.
Yeah.
We brought a tent and camped out for a week, and then they had like showers for you and stuff.
Right. I think that's probably what it's like.
But I guess so. This is, I guess, in that regard, a little better. But I don't think of if I'm going to go out and rent a place for a week that I'm going to rent a trailer.
Yeah, just, I don't know. Yeah.
But so that threw me off guard a little bit because I was like, no one's there. Cindy says that she believes that everybody leaves after Labor Day.
So I guess it's maybe like a summer place people go to.
Yeah, I guess there's a lake nearby probably.
That's what I assumed. I don't know why I thought that, but there must be something nearby because otherwise, what are you going to just go drive out to this place that just has trailer homes and grass?
There's some playgrounds. There's definitely a cool pool.
Yeah, but still, it's not like...
Yeah. I wonder if things are near that are touristy.
It must be. Yeah. Wait, hold on.
So
Maybe this is a real place.
okay.
This is Googling music. Yeah. No, this is not a real place. Well, who can say?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So they pull up to the office, and Cindy goes inside, and we see that they sell
Completely unlocked.
Yeah. Well, they left it unlocked for them.
But they left it unlocked, but then anybody could just come across and come into the store.
Yeah, they could have just said, "Hey, we're gonna hide it in this plant."
Maybe, but later on in the movie, the son goes back in the store and it's completely unlocked again. So I'm like, super strange. But,
so I know why I think they have water. It's because they sell all this fishing equipment inside.
Mm-hmm.
They have like bait and fishing rods.
Maybe you're right. So maybe that's why I thought it was a lake. So maybe it's like a hunting and fishing place.
Right.
That's where people go.
But I also made note that they also sell knives, which I thought would be important later.
Yeah, hunting knives. That's what I 100% clocked that too. And I'm like, oh, there's some hunting knives. Nope, doesn't come into play.
Cindy sees a note that says they're staying in room 47 and to make themselves at home, and they'll see them in the morning. And after she turns off the lights, the camera really focuses in and zooms on this smile on the post note, smiley face. And I guess we're supposed to know that, oh no, the strangers drew the smiley face.
I guess, because I did not get that. I'm like, why are they notes so long? Like, I'm trying to read it to see if there's any clues. I'm like, I don't know. It looks fine to me.
Yeah. They drive to the cabin, and we get some of this eerie silence goes on. When they get inside the cabin, Luke wants to know which cabin they're staying in. Like, he expects each member of the family to get their own cabin or something.
I don't know.
Which I thought was hilarious. Mike opens the fridge and he finds these Chinese food leftovers, which he's confused by because he's like, someone's got to be staying here. These are still really new. Mm-hmm. Then he starts to eat them. And Sydney's like, that's so gross. He's like, dude, it's beef and broccoli and it's fresh.
Because this is totally something. Well, this is something I would do. I don't know that I would be eating leftovers. I didn't know where they came from at all. But I totally will eat leftovers if I just smell it and be like, yeah, it smells fine. Whereas most people would be like, I'm not eating leftovers that are more than like a couple days old, or I don't know where they came from, or whatever. I'd be like, it's fine.
I think I'd do it at 4 days. Like on day 4 is the last day I'll eat leftovers.
I literally will eat them until they either have visibly mold on them or they smell bad. Knock on wood.
Right.
I mean, I've gotten sick, just not from eating. Yeah.
Cindy notices that they have some wine, but for some reason they have no wine glasses. And her husband,
another bottle.
Yeah, he tells her to just chug it, like the good old times. They get a knock at the door and they think it's Marv. And Cindy goes to peek out the window.
Yeah, her uncle.
Right, yeah, Uncle Marv. Yeah. And then she's standing up already. She looks at the kids and she's like, "Oh, don't get up. I'll get it." I'm like, "Yeah, but you're already up."
Well, no, I think because her son said there's someone at the door, but he's like sitting really close to the door.
Okay, yeah, that's too funny. So then we get the same kind of scene as the first one. They open the door. There's a girl there. They say it's a girl, even though I think she's an adult. The strangers are adults.
Yeah. Now they definitely are.
Right.
If it's following the same timeline, I don't know, as the movie's releasing, right?
It's gotta be, right? Yeah.
I don't know.
So we get the same line from the first movie. Is Tamara home? And then the light.
Tamara home or Tamara here?
It's home. I wrote it down this time.
I wrote it as here. That's so funny.
we never get this right in any of the movies.
But you're probably right.
Okay. I was like, I'm writing this down correctly this time. So of course it's dark like before. They can't make out her face. He says she's got the wrong trailer and she says okay and leaves.
She just walks out into the grass.
Right. And then Cindy wants to know if the kids want to play cards with them, but they don't want to.
She made a really nice fruit plate. I think I saw some cheese cubes on there.
Oh, nice.
It's like, how nice.
So some time passes, the kids still don't want to play, and the parents ask them to give up their phones, which seems like this movie's way of like, all right, if we all had cell phones, this would be really easy. It's just like the first one.
This is stupid.
Right? A little bit, right? It felt forced.
Yeah. There's no way everybody wouldn't have their phone on them. when things go down.
In 2008, I understand. Like, it made sense.
Oh yeah,
Like, it's just a flip phone. But by 2018, it was glued to me.
These teenagers, there's no way. So like, we're about to get to it, but the daughter Kinsey, she storms off. There's no way she wouldn't grab her phone on the way storming out, right?
Right.
I mean, no way. It's so stupid, but whatever.
Yeah, so they both leave their phones. Kinsey leaves. Cindy asks Luke, Kinsey's brother, to go after her.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to, but she's like, "You're her brother. You need to go after her."
This was funny because he's like, "What am I gonna say?" And totally, did your parents ever do this? Like, go talk to your brother. My mom would totally do that. Go talk to your brother. And I'm like, about what? What am I gonna say?
So outside, Luke's acting like she's making a big deal out of nothing. Jokes that she doesn't know how to smoke a cigarette. She says it's different for him because in a year he can move out and make a life of his own. Though he points out she can do the same thing and she could treat this new school as a new way to start. She could show up to the school and be anybody she wants to be because no one there would know any different. She offers him a drag of the cigarette. He gets it and he flicks it away, which I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Back in the trailer, Mike is wondering if they are doing the right thing. And Cindy says they are. And it's not like they haven't tried everything already. And I'm really curious what everything is. Like, did they try counseling or who knows?
We don't know what she did except for cut class. We don't know what they tried. We never find out. So she's about to get a lot of trauma. So that's probably not going to make things good.
Yeah, you're not wrong. They talk about what life was like before kids. And they joke about that they get to do it on the couch again, which I thought was pretty funny. That's life goals right there.
On the couch, that's the goal. Okay.
Right. I mean, that seems to be theirs.
That's I guess it's just I guess wherever you want is the
right.
Goal. I was like, wow, they have 2 teenage children and the husband is still very attracted to his wife. But I'm like, I guess if my wife was Christina Hendricks, though. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Right. I'd joke around like, if all the kids are gone, I think we should play a 6-hour board game.
Like, yeah, exactly. It's that. Yeah, I mean, I don't have kids, but I'd be like, ooh, quiet reading time. I can't wait.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Then the knock comes at the door again. Luke wants to know if Cindy locked the kids out. And they look and say it's the same girl. And she says again, is Tamara home? Mike asks if she is lost and if he could help her. But then he watches her walk away for a long shot. Oh, this is where he twists the light bulb on again. Okay.
So,
yeah. Then Cindy is worried. They look around. She can't see the kids anywhere. She starts to shout for them. Cindy wants to get her shoes on and go after them. And Luke says, I'm sure they're okay. But Cindy says the girl really weirded her out. And then Mike understands that.
Yeah. Here's a moment where you would maybe grab your phone, right?
Yeah, because exactly.
If you're going to go out looking for your kids, you can call your spouse and be like, hey, found them, or text them or whatever.
Right.
But no.
So Luke is following Kinsey and he throws a small rock to get her attention. Ask her if she remembers how she used to follow him to the park at Little League all the time. She says she always wanted to play, but he never let her. He says that she was too little and could barely hold up the bat, much less hit anything, and she flicks him off. And I think this is a kind of fun, tiny little theme of how baseball is used through this movie, because he's a big baseball player. Yeah. They talk about how she's too little to even swing a bat. Mm-hmm. Right here, he gives her a rock and tells her to throw something, and she throws it perfectly and hits it on the first try. Mm-hmm. So I think that's kind of cool, and it definitely comes into play later. Mm-hmm. They wonder what their aunt and uncle do for months here all alone, and Luke says they probably just have wild, crazy sex, which I thought was hilarious because they're definitely older.
Yeah, they're pretty old.
Yeah. Then they walk by their aunt and uncle's trailer and then see.
They're probably watching TV and reading their books. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Oh, right. So yeah, they walk by the trailer to see that the trailer door is open. So they go in. Kinsey asks if he is scared, and he says no. They call out and they don't get an answer. Kinsey finds some liquor. She wants to take 3 shots, and they negotiate down to 2. Before they can even drink, though, they hear a noise. They hear another thud, and this is where the dog jumps out and runs past them, scaring them.
He's alive and fine.
He's alive. Yeah. They share a laugh, being scared, and then notice a really bad smell. Luke opens up the curtains and sees the word hello written all over the window in red lipstick, just like the first movie. And then
sadly, there's no staring in windows in this movie, or if there is, very little.
Yeah, but when I get to it, I'll talk about what I thought was equally as funny.
Okay, yeah.
Standing and waiting by a window. Maybe they'll open the blinds.
Yeah.
So then Kinsey notices the sheet covered in blood concealing something in a chair. She removes it and finds the mangled body of Uncle Marv.
This is like gruesome, and it's interesting because I mean the first movie was like not gruesome at all. There was nothing really happened. The worst thing was Scott Speedman shot his friend, but otherwise, not till the very end does anything really happen to them. But yeah, this was like yikes.
Yeah, more blood, more action.
They didn't just stab them; they like cut their faces up.
Yeah,
I guess these killers have evolved.
Well, maybe there was no one else around, and they went back and they're like, "Okay, we're bored." So they run in the woods, and then they scare their parents when they find them. Luke tells them that their aunt and uncle are all cut up, and Mike thinks this is a joke at first, but he swears he wouldn't joke about something like that. And Kinsey backs him up, which is different because they haven't been on each other's side about anything lately.
What a hilarious joke that would have been.
Right.
Like, that joke.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So now believing them, Mike tells Cindy to take Kinsey back to the trailer and call the police and lock the door.
I'm like, people they're making such dumb decisions in this movie. I'm like, why are you going back to the trailer? Why don't you all go back to your trailer and call the police? Why
do that first?
Why do you have to go investigate? What do you think you're gonna do?
Because you got to split up, Margo.
Well, yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, because maybe 3 people cannot take on 4 people.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean.
Then Mike asks Luke if he knows how to get back to the trailer, and he says he does. And Luke tells the dad that he's scared. So back at their trailer, Cindy comforts Kinsey. Kinsey puts her head in her mom's shoulders. Kinsey then notices that all their phones have been smashed. Cindy still tries to call 911. She does get the person on the other end, but she can't tell if that person hears her or not. That's when Kinsey notices someone is already in the house. Kinsey can't articulate anything because she's so terrified at the sight of Dollface, who's now wearing her mask. Cindy pulls Kinsey behind her, tries to speak on the phone, and searches the kitchen drawer for a weapon, but that's when Dollface pulls out the big kitchen knife and stabs it down on the counter, which sends both Cindy and Kinsey running back through 2 rooms into the bathroom.
Oh, wait, I want to say she stabs her kitchen knife in the counter, thus getting rid of her only weapon. There's 2 of you. Yeah. And 1 of her, and she's not like a large person.
No.
But whatever.
So once in there,
you could sense my frustration with this movie already. Like the first movie, I really liked it because I think Liv Tyler and Scott Speedman, they did everything quote unquote right in my mind. Like when you watch horror movies, a lot of times you're like, oh god.
Except leaving his phone in the car.
Well, okay. But as you pointed out, it was back in the day when we didn't carry our phones all over the place.
Right, exactly.
In fact, I usually just used my phone in the car. Like otherwise I didn't like really use it. Right. So that's more believable. In this case, it's not believable that they don't carry their phones with them everywhere they walk to. Especially if you're walking out in like the middle of nowhere, you carry your phone just in case.
Yeah, could we argue though, or maybe I could argue that all the stupid decisions are the decisions of the parents? Because they made him give up their phone and they made him split up. Okay, Cindy's the one that,
yeah, okay, yeah, but but I'm just saying.
I get it. I get that you're frustrated.
Yeah.
It definitely has its benefits. We'll get to them.
I guess if everyone stayed together and then rushed everyone, I guess there would be no movie.
Right. Yeah. And the movie ends. Okay. Right.
We got him.
All right. Once in there, a knock comes at the door as if Dollface expects them just to open it up. Oh, she knocked. We got to open it. It's the only polite thing to do. Dollface plays with the handle a little bit before Cindy starts yelling to leave us alone. And then they can't tell if Dollface leaves or not. We cut to a shot above the trailer where we get to look through the skylight, which they want to use to escape. Cindy helps Kinsey up as Dollface starts to use a small statue to burst through the door. Live It Up by Mental as Anything plays as Dollface comes into the room. Kinsey tries to grab her mom and lift her up as well, because she's already on top of the trailer, as Dollface stabs her in the back twice. Kinsey demand her to let her mom go, and Cindy dies only 34 minutes into the movie. And I signed up for a Christina Hendricks movie.
I'm just like, Christina Hendricks didn't even try to fight her off.
She didn't.
She just stood there and let her stab her. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
My friend was like watching at that point, and she said that they have to get rid of the most expensive actor in the movie quickly.
Yeah.
They have to stop paying her. They're only paying her for a number of days. And
that's probably true. That's funny. So Kinsey jumps off the roof, but the way she jumps off is out of the frame of the camera. And then on the ground, she crawls away towards the camera, and we see her. And I learned that this trick is called a Texas switch. So how they do it is they have a stunt woman that's actually jumping off the trailer. And since it's behind the camera, when Kinsey is now crawling out from under the trailer on the floor, the real actress was already there on the ground waiting for her to land so that she can run out. And now that I know that this trick exists, I don't think I could ever not see it in a movie again.
You'll see all
like,
that.
I'm just going to know it all the time.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was pretty cool to notice.
Yeah.
We do see a happy face drawn on a mailbox, and the score gets intense. We cut back to Mike and Luke have arrived at the other trailer. Mike asks Luke to wait, but Luke points out that he's already been in there and he's already seen it. Once Mike sees the bodies, he wants to call 911, and this is where he realizes he didn't bring his own phone.
Oh, oops.
He asks Luke if Luke has his phone, as if he wasn't the one that asked him to give it up.
Yeah, I know.
And then Mike finds the phone in the trailer, but finds out that the cord is cut. He then notices the message on the answer machine, and he plays it to hear Cindy's message that they left earlier, which means that their aunt and uncle never played the message. And so somebody else left that key for them. We hear a loud bang before someone comes crashing through a window. Mike looks out another window to see a swing set that has one swing moving, just like the original movie. Mike tells Luke that they are going to go back to Mom and Kinsey, and they're going to make a run for it. He tells Luke that he has to run like hell and not stop and not look back to make sure that he's coming with him. And they says when he says go, they need to go. But when he opens the door, the man in the mask is standing there holding an axe. Mike shuts the door and starts searching for a gun.
Okay, so yeah. So here, I'm like, he has an axe with a very long shaft. So, like, you'd have to get a very specific distance away from him to get hit by that axe.
So get in close, tackle him?
Yes, there's two of you, one of him. Just rush at him. Rush. He can't hit you. I guess he could be a master axeman. He knows how to fight with an axe. He's probably not. Like, he doesn't show those skills at any point in this movie.
He's been using it for a decade, but yeah, right.
Oh, that's true.
But you're right. You're right. He finds a six-shooter and he works to load it. Luke seems concerned that his father
I guess this works.
would even. Yeah, sure, but Luke, I think it's hilarious. Luke's like, "Wait, you would actually shoot somebody?" I'm like, "They're trying to kill you. Of course, you should actually shoot somebody.
Shoot at them.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Scare them away.
Kill them necessarily. You can shoot them in the arm or whatever.
Yeah, but that's a really hard shot to make. People always say, "Oh, you could have shot him."
You're probably gonna shoot them in the torso because that's the biggest target.
That's what has to. I mean, really has to happen.
Well, I was aiming for your leg. Oh well.
But I just think it's funny that Luke gets offended by the fact that his dad would actually try to shoot them.
Yeah.
Mike yells out that they have 5 seconds to leave, and then he's going to start shooting, and then another object crashes through the window. Mike counts down, and when he's done, he opens the door, pointing the gun, but there's no one around. Then they start running back to the family. We cut back to Kinsey, who is still running, and she makes her way to a fence, but it has barbed wire on top. She yells for help before looking back to see that Dollface is near, so she keeps running.
Okay, I'm going to point something else out that I just thought. That she has a flannel on that she could have used to put over the barbed wire.
Yeah.
Didn't though.
That's what happened in 28 Days Later. He used his shirt to put over the barbed wire to climb over.
I mean, it probably would still catch you, but
it's better than nothing.
A little bit better. Yeah.
So the two men make it back to the trailer, and they notice that the phones have been smashed. Mike then sees the destruction in the bathroom, and Mike holds Luke back as he walks slowly. We can see the happy faces drawn in red, lipstick on the mirror, and then a ton of bloody handprints everywhere, And then Mike sees that Cindy is dead, bent over into the sink. He starts to sob, which makes Luke run over, but the dad kind of tackles / holds him back. The audio here is all kind of muted, and Mike tries to get Luke to understand that they have to go find Kinsey. Mike says that he's going to go get the car. While this is happening, the soundtrack has a song called On the Run playing, but it's just score, which I thought sounded a lot like the music in Phantasm, just like this creepy music that was done really well. So I don't know. I think that's why I like the music a lot, is because it reminded me of movies that I liked.
Yeah, it was even like their kind of theme music. It kind of sounded like classic horror / movie music. Yeah,
exactly. As Mike drives, they're both yelling out, wondering where she could be. Then something large hits the windshield, putting a big crack in it, which sends them swerving into a nearby trailer. We see Mike knocked out as the horn blares before cutting back to Kinsey running.
I'm just like this. The car is coming at them a lot without anybody noticing. Nobody ever notices they're about to get smashed by this giant truck.
Well, this time they threw something at him, but yeah.
Yeah, what did they throw? I don't even know.
Probably one of these statues that are everywhere.
How did they throw it?
I don't know. Maybe they were hiding on a roof.
Who knows? They're we know they're good sprinters. They
are. They are good sprinters.
They take off in a matter of seconds. They zoom away.
Kinsey is crying and telling herself repeatedly that this is not happening. She then walks by the yellow truck and she could see that there's someone in there. That someone is listening to Night Moves by Marilyn Martin. They start the truck up and slowly follow her, but keep revving it up to scare her. Kinsey goes into a giant 3-way pipe system, which is part of a playground playscape. And the truck comes right up and has their high beams on, which is scaring her. She yells, "Leave me alone." And then Pinup Girl's face comes into the light. Apparently she was already in the tunnel saying, "But we've just started."
Or she crawled around.
That's more like it. You're right. That's what she crawled in super quietly from the other direction.
Yeah. She's like,
but it would be hard for her not to notice that she crawled in. But it is funny. So Kinsey screams.
Yeah, you're right. Which is better? She crawls fast through it, or she's just lying in wait just in case.
She's got to run in here. I know it. Like come on.
Dollface is just like, I was taking my break in here.
Oh, this one's Pinup Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's funny. Luke wakes up after the crash to find his dad has been impaled by a large piece of wood.
Yeah, he's done so.
They both try to pull it out, but to no avail. And Luke wants his dad to tell him what to do.
Don't pull it out. Oh my! What do I always say? That's keeping the blood in. You know what I was thinking is that he got a huge wood whatever thing right through his what looks like his stomach. I mean, even if he could get that out, he's gonna die of infection. So.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a big hole in the body, so. Right?
He's done, but yeah, that's not a place you want to get a huge hole.
Right. So Luke tells him he wants him to know what to do, and Mike gives him the gun and he gives him a quick lesson on how to use it. He tells him he needs to find his sister and get the fuck out of there. Luke agrees to find her and he will alert the authorities, and he says he'll be right back. Mike tells Luke that he's proud of him before we see one of the strangers walking by in the background. The man in the mask walks up slowly, gets in the passenger seat.
Very soon after he left. So where was he? Where was he?
He was right behind the truck waiting. He's like, the kid's gonna leave.
I want everyone to picture that this is an open, it's open. It's not like the last movie where there's woods that you could kind of hide in.
Oh, he might have actually walked behind the trailer.
But whatever. But I'm just they never see them coming. Never see them coming.
Yeah.
He's the most oblivious people in the world.
The man in the mask turns on the radio, and Cambodia by Kim Wilde is playing.
Yeah, he just sits right into just opens the door and casually sits in the passenger.
Then Mike begs him to stop and leave his family alone. The man in the mask pulls out an ice pick, and Mike tries to pull out the massive piece of wood. And the man in the mask draws the scene out. Yeah, and eventually just stabs him once so he can die faster, and then wipes the blood off a little bit and then turns off the radio.
I mean, yeah, actually, this was kind of a mercy killing.
Yeah.
I don't think he was going to make it from that.
No, he wasn't going to make it. Back to Kinsey, who is still running. As the truck drives by, she hides behind a building. Luke is running everywhere, yelling for her. Then we see Kinsey goes into a random trailer.
This is really stupid.
Right. This is the one. This is the one.
This is the thing that Kinsey does that I'm like, why are you doing this? Yeah, and what she's about to do is even stupider. But go ahead.
So she takes a moment to breathe because she must be tired. She's been nonstop running.
Yeah.
She takes a peek outside and hears someone very quietly ask hello. She walks into the other room where she finds a Jack-in-the-Box, which is winding. When it pops, Dollface slowly comes from behind the bed where she had to be laying there, waiting, hoping someone entered the trailer.
Well, I guess, yeah. Well, she set the little, when she heard her come in, she set the Jack-in-the-Box, winded it up, and ran to like
hide behind the bed.
I guess. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what happened. That's definitely what happened.
But yeah, so that's what I say. So not staring at windows, but they are waiting to hope someone comes into a trailer.
Just lying in wait in the random places, hoping somebody crawls on it.
Right. The last 5 people we killed did this. I know they're coming in here.
Yeah.
So she does stab Kinsey once before Luke comes in yelling for her to stop and aiming the gun at her.
You're like in the leg and the arm, I think.
Yeah.
Whatever, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Right. Kinsey cries in pain, and Luke tells Dollface to put the knife down twice before she complies. Unfortunately, Luke is too scared to shoot her. Kinsey wants the guns because she knows she's willing to do it. I'll shoot her, right? But instead, he tells her to run. Outside, the truck is heading towards them. It revs its engine to let them know.
Yeah, to me, at this point, she's very close to you. You could hit her on the arm.
Yeah.
Or punch her in the face. I don't know. She's a way smaller than him.
Wonder if you took her mask off, if she would start freaking out like the guy in the black phone. Because he's like, I can't live without my mask on.
Oh, no. Yeah.
So the camera stays at the truck while it slowly approaches as if it's going to hit the camera that's watching it, which I thought was funny. It revs the engine again. Kinsey sees an open window and Luke helps boost her up to get her there, although it hurts her a lot. I think she was stabbed in the side.
I don't know, yeah.
So, no, it's the leg because he ties the wrap around her leg. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
We can see that she's lost a lot of blood because there's blood all over the drapes of the window. Luke picks her up and carries her over to the couch and asks her to take her shirt off so he can treat the wound, which confuses her a little, but he means the flannel she's wearing around her waist. But I just thought that was funny. She's like, what? Come on, first aid 101. Luke puts the gun down on a book titled A Stranger is Watching, which came out in 1997 and is a suspense novel by Mary Higgins Clark. I thought that was a little funny. He rips up the flannel and applies pressure to the wound. This is the first time she gets to talk to him, and she really opens up crying how she tried to save Mom, but she couldn't. Luke calms her down, bringing the time up that he injured himself, and he uses that moment when they're laughing to really tighten the wrap around her leg to distract her for the pain that's about to happen. They laugh some more, talking about how their mom would have cussed him out for him injuring himself. Then he tells her that it wasn't her fault that Mom died. She asks why they're doing this, and he says they need to get back to the main office to call for help. Then we get another jump scare as a yellow truck bursts through the living room wall. They jump back. He kind of pulls her back, although they don't have that far to go. He just pulls her to the back of the couch. And then the truck revs its engine again before backing up. They run out the window that they came through, and they start running, and the score gets intense again. Kinsey doesn't make it far before crying out in pain, so Luke decides to hide her under a trailer while he goes for a phone. She obviously wants to go with him, but he convinces her by saying that he would be a lot faster without her, and she's going to be much safer there, which I don't know if that second one's really true. I think they
I don't know. I think she should have stayed there, probably.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not eventually, but
he tells her he loves her, and she says it back. At some point, he kisses her on the forehead, which I thought was like, you always point out that that's not something a brother and sister would do.
Also, I don't know. I don't think I would say I love you, sis, or I love you, sis. I mean, I wouldn't say that, but I don't think my brother would ever say that. He might say love you and love you, but he would never say I love you, sis. You know what I mean?
Right.
I do know your brother, mean. Bro.
I think I would say I love you, man. Like that's it. Right, like that. Right, yeah.
I definitely wouldn't give my brother a kissy on the forehead. No. That would not happen.
So we see Luke make it to the office, and he's actually gets through to 911. He says people are trying to kill them, but he struggles to remember the address, but says it's a trailer park. He finally gets out Gatton Lake, but then he notices the phone is dead, so he isn't sure if anybody heard that last part. They hear the door creak, and he puts the phone down. And I know it's dark, but there's definitely knives right behind him on the wall.
There's a lot of things he could use as a weapon, but he gets it.
Right.
He gets a weapon.
Okay, yeah.
Golf club. Actually, that's smart. He doesn't know how to use a knife as a fight weapon, but
golf club, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. A slush puppy display starts playing music, and he does grab a golf club, like you said, yelling for them to just leave him alone. He looks around a bit, and then when he goes to leave, the man in the mask is at the door. He backs up, and he almost backs up into Pinup Girl, and he leaves through the side entrance. We see Luke run past a sign that says pool is closed. He sees the fence around the pool area is elevated by a wall, which means the ground surrounding the pool is higher, which means his climb to get out is way higher than it would be if it was ground level fence, because he could jump a ground level fence probably. Mm-hmm. That's when the lights come on, and I really love how this area looks. They got all these, like,
I was like, this is a fancy looking pool for this like trailer park.
Yeah, it's clean. Especially if no one's been there in months.
Yeah,
it's really clean.
There's no pool cover, but there's no leaves in the pool.
Right, and there's all these.
Well, I guess aunt and uncle were there. Maybe they were taking care of the pool.
Just clean it. Yeah, they have all these palm trees that are like fake, but decorated with Christmas lights that are really pretty. Yeah. And then Total Eclipse of the Heart by Bonnie Tyler plays, which holds a special place in my heart because it's one of the few dance routines I had to learn as part of my drama productions as a child, which I thought was fun. Then Pinup Girl runs out and he swings the golf club, hitting her in the head, knocking her to the ground.
He swings like a baseball bat, which is like...
It was effective.
Woo! Yeah. He hit her. I was like, yeah, finally! Yes, you're bigger than her. You can overpower her.
So he slowly approaches the body, knocks the knife out of her hand. He goes to remove the mask, but Pinup Girl opens her eyes and grabs him. He picks up the knife and stabs her 6 times and gets blood splatter all over him.
Yeah, he's really gotta stab her. Stab her.
And that's the moment.
I think like two times you got her.
You got to make sure, man. Sidney Prescott would say, just in case, and shoot him in the head. Yeah. But I was, at this point in the movie, I was like, oh, this is going different. Than the original one. Like, this is, I was like, oh, okay. Then the camera.
They were fully just toying with them the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
There was never a point in which the 3 killers seemed to be in much danger at all. But yeah.
Right. And then the camera focuses on an axe being dragged on the ground by the man in the mask. And this seems like an homage to a bunch of old slashers where you see the weapon kind of like coming for them. Mm-hmm. Luke tells him, I got one of yours. How does that feel? And the man in the mask starts charging, swinging the axe. Luke dodges a few times, but then in one of his attempts, he has to roll off into the pool, which is a bad idea because you're much slower in water. Well, when Luke comes up,
you don't want to be lower than you don't want to be at the lower vantage point either.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Luke comes up, the man in the mask swings at him, but Luke catches the axe.
Yeah, because like I said, it's hard to fight with an axe. Yeah, he pulls him into the pool.
Right, yeah. So as they fight for his knife, the song is muted as they go underwater. Luke knocks the knife away. He tries to swim away. He gets to the shallow end. When he's trying to get out, he isn't really fast, and the man in the mask catches him and stabs him in the back one time. Luke struggles to stay afloat, and the man in the mask just walks away to let him die slowly. As the song ends, we can barely hear Kinsey saying his name.
See, and it seems like he's trying to like tread water while he's in the pool. I'm like, why don't you just stand up?
I don't know if like he can't. I guess
I don't know.
He gets stabbed in a way that he can't.
I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, his sister finds him and pulls him out of the pool.
Yeah, whatever she's saying is inaudible, as if we're experiencing it through his ears, right? Like we can't hear because he's in shock. But then she says she's going to help him and she needs to get back to the main road. Kinsey's obviously hurt when she's walking and she's struggling to make it very far without a bunch of sobbing noises. We see Dollface is not far behind her, but Kinsey doesn't notice. Kinsey gets to the road and collapses right as the vehicle pulls up, and the lights are so bright she really can't tell who it is. And then we see a state trooper get out of his Jeep Cherokee, and she says
They're
that she needs help.
saved.
Like, right? Yeah. Movie over.
Yeah.
He tries to calm her down, and she frantically tries to explain that she needs help. Her brother needs help, and he's at the clubhouse. She doesn't notice his doll face is there. We could see
How
her
did
walking
doll face get there?
Well, we saw her walking up.
She was behind her, and then she just kind of la la la.
Well, we saw her walk around the truck.
Nobody noticed her. Nobody noticed her.
But you saw her, right?
Well, yeah, but I'm just like,
okay, right, yeah.
Where's she coming from that nobody noticed her just walking on up?
So she doesn't notice Dollface is there. She starts to say that there are these crazy people trying to kill them. Dollface sneaks right up to the trooper and slashes his throat. So they're not saved. No. Kinsey gets in the Jeep but can't find the keys, and Dollface starts slowly tapping on the window with the keys. Dollface Dollface unlocks the car, and Kinsey tries to get the shotgun free from the dashboard.
There's a shotgun in there. Yay!
Yeah. Dollface slashes a couple of times, and Kinsey's able to kick her away, which gives her enough time to pull out the single barrel pump action shotgun. She points it at Dollface, who doesn't move, assuming she wouldn't fire.
She's so fast. Why doesn't she race away?
Yeah. Then Kinsey pumps one round and fires. The man in the mask was smart enough in the first movie to move when James fired a shotgun at him. So Kinsey gets out of the Jeep, walks over to Dollface, removes her mask, which gives her the opportunity to say, "Why are you doing this?" And the masked Dollface replies, "Why not?"
Why not?
While smiling. Then Kinsey pumps another round and fires, finishing the job.
So 2 dead, 1 to go.
Yeah. Kinsey gets back to the Jeep, cries and beats on the steering wheel, and that's when we see in the distance some headlights coming her way.
And I said, okay, drive the car.
She starts the Jeep. Before she gets it going, the yellow truck slams right into her, really seeming to do a lot of damage to both vehicles.
Yeah, but the truck is still going.
Yep. He backs up, pulls next to her, looking over at her, and we hear that he's listening to Make Love Out of Nothing at All by Air Supply. He drives away. She tries to start the engine again, and I was thinking, or try to use the police radio to say, "Your troopers did, send more help." Like, that would have been really helpful.
Well, she doesn't do that.
When she sees the man in the mask is taking the truck far enough away to build up speed so he can hit her again from the side, I think she jumps out of the car. Is that right?
She does, and then she does something stupid that drives me crazy.
Which is what?
She tries to run faster than a car.
Oh,
the car is driving her down, and she's just running straight in front of the car. And I kept being like, sideways, go sideways.
Okay. But before this happens, she does something smart.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Because she jumps out of the car, and the truck is stuck on the Cherokee, right. And she sees.
Was this before?
This happens first. So the Jeep Cherokee is losing a lot of gas. So she pulls out the Zippo lighter, which gave a purpose to her smoking this whole movie.
Yeah.
She lights it and throws it while smiling, and the Jeep Cherokee blows up, setting the truck on fire. So she started to turn around slowly and starts walking, smiling, thinking, "I did it."
Am I right or wrong that if you have a lighter, you can't just throw it? It's going to go out. Right?
I think
Zippos stay lit.
I think that they're known for that. I could be wrong, but I think they stay lit a lot longer. I think you have to shut them for them to turn off.
Well, a normal lighter, you have to keep the gas button down for it to.
But not a Zippo.
On Zippo, you don't have to. But I believe if you threw it, it would get the air would turn.
Well, if this is true,
whatever.
It is done in so many movies.
I know, and it drives me crazy. When they throw matches, that definitely wouldn't work. When they throw, I don't believe that it would catch on fire that easy either, but maybe it would. There's times when people light gas stations on fire by static electricity or whatever. So maybe so. I don't know.
Right. So she walks away, and then the truck is able to back up, and the explosion frees it.
Still alive. He's still alive.
But it's on fire.
Still working.
And it's on fire.
I know.
She looks back to see it and starts to run as he revs the engine. So this is what you're talking about. She runs in a straight, on the road too. Go to the grass where it's going to have tougher terrain.
But I'm like, just go sideways.
Yeah.
I mean, the car can't turn as fast as you can.
So
You know,
instead of
you could go like around the truck. But whatever. Okay. It's
instead
fine.
of hitting
She's
her,
fine. He doesn't ram her down, so it's fine.
he swerves in front of her to block her path. She looks around and sees the bridge, which they cross to get into the park, and decides to go there.
Don't understand this. I guess she's just trying to get out. But again,
Well,
how far does
I
she think she
think
could
you would
run
jump.
down a?
I think when it got close enough, I would jump into the water, but she doesn't do that either.
No, she runs to the bridge as if it's like the Headless Horseman bridge. Like if you just get across, you're safe. Like I don't understand what she thinks is gonna happen.
Right. I'm
Whatever.
free. I play video games. As soon as I get to the other
As soon as she
side,
gets to it's a new screen. The boss doesn't follow me.
new boss
Yeah.
level. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't follow me. I'm in a new world. So strange. But anyway.
Unfortunately, on the bridge, she falls over and starts to crawl, and he slows down even more, but keeps revving his engine. As she crawls, she screams in pain, and then the truck stops. The man in the mask gets out.
I said his face was burned.
It is, right?
Yeah.
So he brings the axe with him, and the music slows down and starts to distort as if like the damage to the truck is distorting the music. He's bleeding a lot. He falls to his knees, drops the axe, and then proceeds to pull out a large piece of glass from his abdomen before collapsing to the ground.
Yeah, it's
right?
keeping the blood in.
We cut to a mother driving a blue truck with her son as the boy is doing some Final Destination 2 shit by throwing a baseball in the air and catching it with his glove. I'm like, no, buddy. You were not throwing a ball in this vehicle, but I know this is a setup.
Also, like, what time of night is this that they're just driving on the street?
I don't know. Maybe they're going on a trip too. Maybe they came from like a away baseball game.
I don't maybe.
So they pass Kinsey, who's begging them to stop the car. The mother jumps out to ask if Kinsey's okay, but then quickly runs back to her truck as if she's scared of Kinsey. Kinsey doesn't understand, and she turns around to see the man in the mask is back up, and he swings his axe at her. She's able to dodge it, jumps into the back of the truck, and the mother starts to drive off. The man in the mask climbs up and swings the axe. Kinsey finds the boy's baseball bat, swings it at the man in the mask and the head, and we definitely hear a loud crack when it hits.
Yeah, that was like, ugh. Yeah, you really hit. You see her hit that head.
So he falls out of the truck, and we get what feels like an homage to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre as Kinsey's screaming in the back of the truck as it drives off, which I thought was kind of cool. Then we get a shot of the man in the mask, and he definitely looks like he's dead because his eyes are not moving at all.
I think he's dead.
Right. Now it's daytime.
He was pretty much dead before. It was just his last.
His will to kill one more person.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, he had some adrenaline rush at the end. So, well, gotta get this done before I die. I don't know.
So now it's daytime. She's still in the back of the truck and she is crying. We cut to seeing a faucet drip in a hospital room. Kinsey seems to wake up from a bad dream, and we see that Luke is hooked up to a ventilator and has a heart monitor attached.
He made it.
Yay. Kinsey kisses him on the forehead. This is where it happens.
Yeah.
Kinsey kisses him on the forehead.
I don't think I would.
Oh, maybe, well, I think he gave her the kiss in the forehead earlier. Now it's her time to repay him back, I guess.
Okay, whatever. I still don't think I'd be kissing my brother's forehead. I really don't think I would, but maybe if he was in the hospital on a bed.
She goes to the faucet and fills a cup with water. Then she hears sound like a toy train whistle coming from outside the room. Then a knock comes at the door.
Oh yeah, the toys. Yeah.
She drops the cup of water and stands there freaked out, and the movie ends.
And I think it's probably just the nurse.
That's what I was going to say. It's hospital staff knocking on the door.
They knock to see if they can come in.
There is an alternate ending where she opens the door and the lights from far down the hallway start cutting off, and they cut off closer and closer and closer until it's completely dark and she screams, which makes no sense because they're all dead.
Yeah, right. It's not like they're supernatural. They're, as far as we know, I guess.
Right. I wanted it. I know I don't often talk about posters in the movie, but I wanted to point out the poster for this one.
Okay.
It has the three strangers in the front of it, all bowing their heads down, holding their weapons like if they're bowing down like they're praying, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah, because the title is Pray, P-R-E-Y.
Right. But and then the tagline is P-R-A-Y. Let us pray, but spelled with an E.
Yeah.
Which I think is funny.
Yeah.
So
the title's good, Strangers Pray.
I do like the title, right? It's not two. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had brought up that we should try to remember, and I try whenever I can remember to do favorite scene, least favorite scene, and scariest scene.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, the favorite scene for me is that pool scene. Total Eclipse of the Heart playing. It's a lot of good action. We get to kill one stranger right there. The battle in the pool is intense. That's definitely my favorite scene. How about you?
Sorry, but I have to agree. That was the best scene in the movie. Finally, I'm
Right.
like, Jesus Christ, yes, you can fight back against these people. Like, you're driving me crazy. And that pool looks so cool. I'm like, why does this pool look so cool at this like chitsy like vacation spot? That's like budget vacation spot. I don't know. But yeah.
My least favorite part is the opening. Well, not the part where the strangers are there, but the opening with the family, meeting all the family members. It just seems to drag on a long time. When they're in the car, they're getting dinner. It just, I don't know. It just seemed a little boring. Like it dragged a little bit.
Yeah, I have to say, this movie was only an hour and a half, and I'm like, this movie seems like it's long. I didn't mind that. That was very similar to the first movie, where a lot of the movie was just their like drama. Although I have to say that it didn't pay off like the first movie. You know, like I don't think so. But except to say, oh well, this girl is like having trouble in school or whatever, and now she's traumatized, so she'll probably have even a harder time in life. But
even more trouble. But and now they can't afford that school.
Yeah, right, exactly. Well, yeah, but she can't go. So I guess she that's a positive for her. She doesn't have to go to that school. That my worst scene, I think, just every time they mentioned about the phones, that drove me happy. Oh no. What made me the most mad the whole movie is when she's being traced by a car and she's just running from the car. Like she can outrun a car. You can't outrun a car. A human's top speed is like, I don't know, 30 something miles an hour. Anyway, the end.
Yeah.
That drives me crazy.
And then for me, the scariest scene was that playground tunnel where she's like, leave us alone. And then pinup girl's right there. It's like, but we just started. Like, it got me. It's a good jump.
That just made me laugh because I'm like,
okay.
She in the tunnel.
Yeah.
Scariest. I don't know. I didn't find this movie too scary.
Okay.
I think creepiest was when you see the dead aunt uncle.
Sure.
That was like the creepiest scene for me.
Cool. Yeah. Anything else you want to say about it?
The first one was 10 million times better than this one, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 million times. Way better. This one was like every stupid horror trope that you're like, why are you doing that? Like, was in this movie. And but usually those movies are like also like more fun than this one was. You know what I'm saying? And this one wasn't that fun. It was very serious, but also like they're doing stupid shit. Whereas the first one was very serious, but also I'm like, this is like very scary. Like, this could happen and you would be killed. Whereas in this one, I'm like, yeah, I feel like I could escape this situation. I really think so. I really think so.
I think you could have
I would have had my phone with me. So
also, I think you could have found a good enough hiding spot and just stop running all the time.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they would not have been able to find you if you.
I definitely would have just gone into empty cabins. I would have done that. But I guess I'm not a teen. Somebody when I was a teen, I would have done that. I don't know.
And I know we have it on the books to cover chapter 1 eventually, so we'll get to that soon enough. But yeah. All right. Well, thank you for being here, Margo. This has been Nightmare Echoes. We have new episodes every Monday. Hope you hear us next time. Bye.
Follow us on Instagram.
Oh yeah, follow us on Instagram. Nightmare Echoes Pod.
I don't go on that. I mean, I look at the Instagram, but I don't answer the Instagram. That's Elzar. But go on it. Give us 5 stars on your podcast app.
Yeah, that would help a lot.
Yeah, so other people can find the podcast.
Okay, bye.
Bye.